Last period we had seen meaning of negotiable instruments, then negotiable instruments check, parties to the check, features of check. Okay, so what do you mean by negotiable instrument? It is a written document which creates a right in favor of somebody and is freely transferable by delivery. Negotiable means we can easily transferable from one person to another person. That is negotiable instrument. Then we studied check. It is an issue, it is an order issued by an account holder to pay amount, to pay on demand or to the order of specific persons or to the bearer. That is check. Then we studied parties to the check. Drawer. Drawer is a person who issues a check, is always a customer. Drawee is the bank on which a check is issued, is always a banker. Drawee. Payee is the person to whom the amount of check is payable. That is pay. The essential features we studied: instrument in writing, unconditional order, should not be attached any conditions for the payment. Next, it is always drawn on a specified banker. It is drawn only by the customer. It must be signed by the drawer, account holder. The order must be for the amount of certain sum of money. Then a certain sum of money, then payable on demand, and the payee should be a certain person. Payee should be a certain person. So now I'm going to teach types of check. Types of check. Types of check. Open check, crossed check, bearer check, order check, antedated check, post-dated check, stale check, mutilated check. So these are the types of check. Open check, crossed, open, crossed, bearer, order, antedated, post-dated, stale check, and mutilated check. So first one, open check. So what do you mean by open check? Open check is called, it is, why it is open check means when it is not crossed. If in the check left side, if you are doing cross to parallel, that is crossed check. Okay, so it will, that check it will give only to the will give that specified person only. Suppose if I crossed my check means that check will give only to that specified person only. It is a safe crossed. So open check means it is a check when it is not crossed and can be encashed over the counter at the bank. From the bank counter, we can get cash through the use with the use of open check. Okay, so they will get the payment from the counter. That is open check. Not crossed means open check may be bearer check and open check may be bearer check and order check. Okay, normal check only. That is open check, not crossed, no underline, nothing, no parallel on the face of the check. Okay, that is open check. Okay, it is not crossed. It can be encashed at the counter of the bank. Okay, then we can pass to others also by signing on the back of the check. On the back of the check, if you sign, then we can pass to another person for encash the amount from the counter. Okay, that is open check. Not crossed, it can be encashed at the over the counter of the bank. That is which one? open check. Okay, open check. There is open check, not crossed, and can be encashed over the counter. So if you got a check from a which one customer, that also through that way we will get which one we can deposit the amount in the bank. Next one, open. Next one, crossed check. Crossed. This is crossed check. You look at crossed. Drawing two parallel lines on the left corner of the check with or without the additional word. With or without the additional word, account payee, account payee only or not negotiable. That is crossed check. Drawing two parallel lines on the left corner of the check with or without the additional word. So in that, if you write accounts payee only, accounts payee only. Okay, with or without the word, which one? Accounts payee or not negotiable. That is called crossed check. Crossed check. Okay, crossed check. Okay, so in this case, it is a safe one. Means a crossed check cannot be encashed at the counter of the bank. Okay, it cannot be encashed. If you give the cross check, we can't encash the amount from the bank. So what they will do after receiving this check, they will credit it in this Ankit Sharma's account. They will credit that amount in the Ankit Sharma's account. Okay, that only credited to payee's account. So this is a safer way of transferring amount. Safer. So suppose if you want to give any amount to any person, so you do that crossed check. So you write the name of that specified person, payee name. So it will get that person only. So it will credit in his account only, not the other person. If you are not crossing, means anyone can encash. Means open check may be bearer check. Those who are holding that check, they can encash. Okay, but if it is a crossed, only that specified person only, safe way only, transferring amount from one person to another person. That is crossed check. Crossed. Okay. It is a safe way of transferring amount from one person to another. Suppose if you want to give any amount to another person, you do that. Which one? A cross check, drawing two parallel lines. Then payee name. So only to the payee. So they can't encash the amount from the counter of the banker. What they will do, they will credit in their account. Okay, in the payee's account. That is which one? Cross check. Next, already I said open check may be bearer and which one? Order check. So first one, bearer check. So what do you mean by bearer check? So that a bearer check is always payable to the bearer. So normally, whenever we open the account with a bank, after opening the account, they will issue the checkbook. So that is a bearer check. Bearer check. Okay, normal check. Bearer check. So in that, so normal check only, that is one a bearer check. So it is always payable to the bearer. The name of the payee need not be written in the bearer check. So payee name no need to be written. No need to write payee's name. That is bearer check. Anyone can encash. Okay. Suppose if your parents want the amount from the bank, so if they give a check to you, then you can encash. Okay. That is a bearer check. Anyone, the name of the payee need not be written in the bearer check. Okay. So a bearer check can be transferred from one person to another by mere delivery. By mere delivery, we can transfer. So that is which one? Bearer check. Okay. So the bank will take the signature of the payee, the signature of the which one? Bearer. Suppose if you are giving, if you are going to encash the amount, they will take your signature for your verification, for to identify the bearer after sometimes. If any problem arises, they can easily identify. Okay, that is bearer check. It is not safer. Okay, but anyone can encash the amount. Okay, encash the amount means if they have amount in that bank. Suppose if I am using bearer check, SBI bearer check, normal check. If I have a balance in the bank, then anyone can encash. If I give amount to any person, they can encash. If it is no bank means it will cancel. Okay, that is bearer check. It is always payable to the bearer. The name of the payee need not be written in the bearer check. Next one, order check. Order. Order check is a check, not order, which is payable to a certain person. Which is payable to a certain person. Means the name of the payee should be mentioned in the order check. Should be mentioned in the order check. Okay, means that same like a cross checker, here no parallel. Pay name is there. Pay Ankit Sharma. That is order check. Order check. Order check. So, which is an order check is a check which is payable to a certain person. Okay, so that person only can encash the amount. Suppose if I wrote check to payable to Atul means Atul only can encash. That is order check. It is a check which is payable to a certain person. So the name of the pay should be written in the order check. Okay, then they will which one before giving the amount they will which one check verify the identity of that which one pay. Okay, then only they will encash. That is order check. So order check is a check which is payable to a certain person. Okay, in that the name of the pay should be mentioned. An order check cannot be transferred by mere delivery. Okay, so they will take proper and verification of the pay before giving the amount. That is order check. So it is also safe. An order check is a check which is payable to a certain person. It will encash from the counter. It can be encashed over the counter, but you know, if it is a crossed check, we can't encash the amount from the counter of the bank. What they will do, bank will credit in their account through net transfer. Only they will do. Okay, by hand they will not give any amount to us. That is a crossed. Okay, here means the specified person. That person only will get amount. That is order check. Next one, antedated check. Antedated. So what do you mean by antedated check? Check in which the drawer means account holder, mentions the date earlier than the date on which it is presented. Check in which the drawer mentions the date earlier than the date on which it is presented to the bank. It is called antedated check. Suppose I issued a check on 7th August. So I issued a check on 7th August. So issued on 7th August, but the date was, in that check date I wrote 2nd August. So that is antedated check. Suppose which one? Now I am issuing one check. Now I am issuing the check, but the date was today's date 20. So date was 10th October. 10th October. Sharat 10th October. That is called antedated check. Such checks are valid. Such checks are valid. That is antedated check. Okay. Date in which the drawer mentions the date earlier than, because now I am issuing the check 20th October, but date was 10th. In that date I put 10th October. Okay, earlier than the date on which it is presented. So it is called antedated check. So such checks are valid. Okay, that is antedated. Check in which the drawer mentions the date earlier than the date on which it is presented. It is called antedated check. Next one, post-dated check. Post-dated check. So opposite. Check in which the drawer, the account holder mentioned the date which is yet to come. Okay, that is called post-dated check. Okay, suppose now I am presenting the check, so I have to give some amount to any person. Okay, the Shubham. So 20th October. Now I am giving the check, but in that date, now I am giving the check. But in that check, I wrote the amount. I wrote the date of which one? 25th October. 25th October. So it is a post-dated check. Post-dated check. Okay, but here one thing you have to remember, here the bank will make payment only on 25th October or after 25th October. Okay, that is post-dated check. Post-dated check. Okay, check on which the drawer mentions a date which is yet to come, future date. But here that date, today they can't, the pay can't encash the amount, so they can encash on 25th or after 25th October. That is post-dated check. Okay, a check on which the drawer mentions the date on which it is yet to come, that is called post-date check. Next one. So now I said, first one I said open check. Open check means when it is not crossed and can be encashed from the counter. And can be encashed from the counter. So open check may be which one? Bearer check. Any person, the check amount it is payable to bearer. Anyone can encash. Okay, if we got a check, we can encash the amount. Order check means specified person. That person only can. That person can encash the amount from the counter. Okay, so that is order. That is also a safe. Next, crossed, drawing two parallel lines with or without the additional word, account pay or something, which one not negotiable. So it cannot be encashed from the counter. So they will credit it in their accounts. That is which one? Crossed check. Okay. Next, antedated check means the check in which the drawer mentioned the date earlier than the due date. That is called the date on which it is presented. That is called which one? Antedate. Antedated check. Then post-dated check, drawer mentions a date which is yet to come to the date on which it is presented. That is called post-dated check. Next, stale check. Next one, two more check is there. Next one, stale check. Stale means a check which is issued today. A check which is issued today must be presented for the bank for payment within a stipulated period. Within a stipulated period. Okay. So after the expiry of that period, no payment will be made, and it is called stale check. Okay. Suppose I sold goods on credit to any customer. So I got the check from that customer today. So the validity of a check in India is 3 months. 3 months only period. Okay. So within 3 months, I have to encash the amount from the counter. Otherwise, I won't get the amount. Okay. So then that check is called stale check. Stale check. Okay. Suppose if you got a check from any person, you have to encash within 3 months. 3 month period is there. After that, we won't get any amount. That check will be which on a bounce, no valid. Okay. That is called stale check. Stale check. Stale. Okay. Stale check. Okay. Validity period is 3 months. Okay. Within 1 month, you have to encash. Otherwise, that amount will go. Suppose. Okay. So that is which one? Stale check. Next, so Lot of experience you will get. If you are studying that CA, you will get internship training. So that time you will get stipend. So they will give through amount through check only. So you have to encash the amount. Otherwise, the amount will go. So next one, mutilated check. Mutilated check. So it will take place in every time. So when a check is torn into two or more pieces and presented for payment, such check are called mutilated check. So, okay, normally it is usually happen, which one mutilated happen. It is torn, tear. When a check is torn into two or more pieces and presented for payment. So, such check are called which one mutilated check. Okay, so they will make a payment. The bank will make a payment, but they will make a proper inquiry. Okay, so the bank will not make a payment against such check without getting a confirmation of the drawer. So the drawer have to present in front of the bank, then have to tell the reason why it is torn. So then they can present the amount, they can present the check, then they will get the amount. Otherwise, they will not make any payment. Okay, when a check is torn into two or more pieces and presented for payment, it is called mutilated check. Okay, so these are the types of check. Stale check means a check issued must be presented for payment within that period, otherwise no payment will be made. That is called stale check. Then mutilated check means when a check is torn into two or more pieces and presented for payment, such check are called mutilated check. Okay, next one. Next negotiable instrument. So check is over. Next one, bills of exchange. Next instrument, check already over. Next bill of exchange, next promissory note. So these are the negotiable instrument. We can easily transfer from one person to another person. So next one, bill of exchange. Bills of exchange. Already you know what do you mean by bills of exchange means. Suppose we are a company. So we sold goods on credit to any person. Credit to any person. So the period of credit is 3 months. So for safe purpose, what we will do? We will write one document. We will write one document. Okay? We will write one document. In that you look at that. So here drawer, seller. Seller is Vigas. Seller is Vigas. Okay? Here seller is Vigas. Buyer is which one? Who that buyer is this one, Nischay. Okay, here we are writing, the seller is writing the bill of exchange, means 3 months after date paid to me, or my order the sum of rupees, or my order to any other person. Okay, 3 months after date paid to me, or my order any other person, the sum of rupees 50,000 only for the value received. So stamp we have to fix accept. Then after the writing the bill, we will give that bill to the buyer. Then they will sign. That is accepting. They will accept. Okay. So before that, before giving the bill, here drawer. Here it is this one. The seller will sign. The seller will sign the bill. Then after that, we will give the bill to which one buyer. Then they will do the signing. That is known as acceptance. Acceptance. Then the bill become valid. In that bill will give return to the seller. So now we are the holder of this bill. Okay, this is a bill of exchange. This is a bill of exchange. Clear? So it is drawn by the. It is returned by the seller. It is written by the seller on the buyer. Okay, so after writing the bill, we will give this bill to the buyer. Then after then the buyer will sign acceptance, accepted. So they will sign, then they will return to which one, the seller. Now the seller is the holder of which one, this bill. Okay, so so what do you mean by bill of exchange? So it is a written acknowledgement of debt given by one person to another. It is a written acknowledgement of a debt. It is a written acknowledgement of a loan given by one person to another. It is drawn by the creditor, seller. It is written by the seller on his buyer. Okay, it is written by the uh, seller on his debtor. Otherwise, word creditor, creditor on his debtor, creditor on his debtor. So it direct the debtor. It direct the debtor. What we are directing to pay a definite amount on demand. To pay definite amount. To pay a definite amount. To pay definite amount. 50,000. To pay definite amount on demand, or after the expiry of the period stated therein, okay, or after the expiry of 3 months. That is, it is a legal document and considered as an evidence of debt. It is used as an evidence of debt. That is called bills of exchange. Okay, it is a written acknowledgement of debt given by one person to another. Then it is it direct the debtor to pay definite amount on demand or after the expiry of the period stated therein. That is bills of exchange. So it is defined by the section 5 of the Indian Negotiable Instrument Act. An instrument in writing, an instrument in writing containing an unconditional order. An instrument in writing, no condition is attached. If anyone die or death, you don't need to give any amount to us. Like that, nothing is there. So if you die, you don't give any amount to seller. That no condition is attached. So they have to give. Okay. So an instrument in writing containing an unconditional order signed by the maker who is seller, signed by the maker, directing a certain person means Nishchay, that is Nishchay, directing a certain person to pay a certain sum of money only to me or to the order of a certain person or to the bearer of instrument or to the bearer of instrument or to the bearer of instrument. Bearer means sometimes if you discount this bill with the bank, already I said a discounting of a bill. So through this document, we can suppose we want emergency cash now. Maturity period is after 3 months. So now we can encash. Now we can encash this amount. How we will encash? So this bill we will give to our bank. Then the bank will give amount. If example it is 50,000, they will give 48,000. They will take a discount charge because before 3 months they are giving the amount. The banks are giving the amount before 3 months, so they will take a discount. Okay, some percentage they will take. So after deducting the discount, they will give amount to us. Then after the maturity date, who will the drawee, the seller, Nishchay have to give amount to our bank. Okay, the bank will collect amount from Nishchay. Okay, that is or to the bearer of the instrument. Okay, so it is an instrument in writing containing an unconditional order signed by the drawer, seller, directing a certain person to pay a certain sum of money only to seller or to the order of a certain person. Otherwise, on there is my order give to another person, to give to which one, Karthik. That is or to the bearer of the instrument, or to the bearer of the instrument. Now who are holding at the time of maturity, who are holding that bill of exchange, because it is a negotiable instrument. It is a negotiable instrument. We can transfer by one person to another person. Okay, so they will deduct some amount. Okay, so the bearer means bank. So bank will collect amount from the which one, buyer at the time of maturity. That is called bills of exchange. Okay, it is a written acknowledgement of a debt given by one person to another. Okay, it is drawn by the creditor or to pay a definite amount on demand or after the expiry of after the expiry of the period stated therein. So here means 2 months, otherwise on demand. Okay, they will specify on demand. They have to give. It is a legal document and considered as an evidence of debt. That is bills of exchange. Okay, an instrument in writing containing an unconditional order signed by the maker directing a certain person to pay. Okay, so next, features of a bill of exchange. You look at that same only. It should be in writing. It should be in writing. Then it should contain an order by the seller to the purchaser to make the payment in future. Okay, it should contain an order by the seller to the purchaser to make the payment in future. Then the order contained in the bill should be unconditional. Unconditional. It should not, order should be unconditional. Suppose here no specify that if at the time of maturity, if buyer is not there, you no need to give amount to seller. No condition is attached. Okay. So anyway, they have to give. If they die means their nominee have to give amount to the seller. Next one, it must be signed by the maker who is making the bill, who is writing the bill, drawer, seller. Okay, it must be signed by the maker. Then it must be addressed. It must be addressed to a specific persons. Okay, it must be addressed to a. It must be addressed to a certain definite person. Okay, so to a which one, a drawing. It must be addressed to a specific definite person. Then amount order to be paid in the bill must be certain. That it should be certain that 50,000. Okay, that should be paid. That should be certain. Not uncertainty is there. The amount order to be paid in the bill must be certain. No uncertainty, no condition. It is attached in the bill of exchange. In the bill of exchange, no conditional order is attached. That is features of bill of exchange. So now time is over. Okay. So thank you. Have a nice day.